Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Incursions is returning. EU and APAC on one day, new thing to start, and then the US are starting one day later. But this is a long-term video. We now have a fantastic new tool being presented to us by the one, the only JulesVern on this edition of Chatting Charts. We're going to be talking about incursion matchups, seeing who's got the upper edge based on track record in incursions. Let's have a look at your player population size of your servers, what your overall power destroyed is, and some interesting other little stats that might help you see who has got the upper hand when it comes to the incursion matchups. I think this is going to be a really exciting edition, and let's dive straight in. Welcome to Jules. How are you? What exciting installment of Chatting Charts have you got for us today?
Well, we're going to take a look at some incursion matchups since that's an event coming up.
It is. How exciting is this? So,
I think it's
in order to,
we're basically going to be sports analysts now going forward with some of the data that we are recently been able to collect.
we'll have to get our own channel on TV, won't we, to do this and present it properly?
I think ESPN will pick us up.
No, yeah, definitely. So, obviously, really quick bit of housekeeping. Obviously, if you are not a member of the STFC Officer Tool Discord, join this Discord and you'll be able to access this information. Where have you put it? Have you put it in the ARC specific or have you put it in the general information? I'm assuming.
General information on our charts index channel.
And it's there. So, incursions matchup, it's going to take us straight to the charts channel, which is going to take us to, ooh, this looks interesting. And then we've got a view only spreadsheet.
That's correct.
I think first of all, I think the first thing that we need to do is we're going to have to shout out the guys at the stfc.wtf. I think we need to shout them guys out first off, don't we?
Yes. So stfc.wtf, you can go to that website, is a fantastic website that helps you take a look at where you stand amongst all players galaxy wide. That's correct. He has collected, this is Men who has created the site, has collected all of the data for all players galaxy wide, including their level, their server, their power, resources rated, assessment rank, power destroyed, and has ranked them based on those factors. So you can actually start using these filters to kind of look at, well, where your server standings within the server. You can take a look at your alliance and say, how big is my alliance compared to everybody else in the galaxy? How big is my resources rated as compared to everyone else in the galaxy? Which is really, really cool stuff.
So yeah, so this is a fantastic tool. If you want to use it at the top here, you can see you've got power destroyed, resources rated, obviously your assessment rank. You can do an alliance filtration as well, so you can see where your alliance ranks against other alliances on different servers. And when you do a search, so if I search for me, for example, obviously it will find me, but you can see it doesn't put me to the top of the list, but it will have highlighted me. So if I scroll down, I can find that I'm highlighted there, and I can see that I am the 2,567th strongest player in the game at the moment, which I think is quite impressive. Jules, where are you? I bet you've got me beat, haven't you?
No, I'm a little bit behind you, like around 4,000 mark, which is still your rank is very impressive because guess how many players are in the game right now?
Oh, God, what an interesting number. Go on.
Go over 500,000. So there is about 658,000 players in this game. So that is a really
God,
good ranking when you consider the amount there.
that's just insane, isn't it? But obviously, you can filter this out by your survey. You can filter it out by just level. So if you was thinking, well, nobody's at op 60, you can literally just filter out, and you can see every single op 60 in the game.
Still some page imagination bugs. So at the top, you were at a particular page. So it gets a little bit tricky sometimes to work with this. I mean, this is a brand new site. This just came out the past week. So it's been awesome to have this data at first, and we're looking for ways to improve it. So
Yeah,
but I've actually been able to export all of this data, and I've crunched some numbers that you can't see on here, and that is server specific statistics, meaning how does your server rank up to other servers? Now, most people aren't really going to care about, well, what is my total server's power? They don't really care about that. But what if you're going to be matched up with another server in, say, I don't know, incursions? So here comes incursion matchups. Now this spreadsheet takes that data, it crunches it, gives you total statistics by the server, and then I've also taken the matchups for the incursions and put them on a tab so you can see who you're matched up to and what the statistic would be for that match. So let's go over to the second tab and let's go ahead and find your server. So what server you on, Luke?
So I am on server 135.
It goes in the order that they have. Another way of quickly finding your server number, if you highlight row 1 and then use the find command to type in your server number, it should take you to that really quickly. So just Control F to find your server number. That'll take you there pretty quickly.
So Control F, highlight the first column, click that, press Control and F, and then type in your server number. You can see it's put 135 at the side there. So what am I looking at here, Jules? What are all these numbers?
So what you see in the first column is 135. These are your statistics. So that's your win-loss record, 5 and 3. You're doing pretty good. And that's also your player count, your total power. So all players combined in resources rated, and all players combined in power destroyed. And then you see your opponent 146 and their record. Now the color coordination is your over under. That means for the away team, that is. So 146 is the away team in this case, and they're showing all red, which means that they are the underdogs. So you, as 135, are favored to win this route.
Based on the fact, I mean, even if you look at things like our player count, we've got 2,200 players versus 1,500 players, so we've got 33% on them in terms of players in the game. And we postulated about this, Jules, and we think this is active players. But this is also players that haven't yet been archived. So obviously it's not including like daily logins. It's people that are still physically showing on the server. So people that are still showing in your leaderboard. So obviously when Scopely decides to archive players, we would expect them to disappear from this list. So this gives us moving forward. It's going to help give us like a general like population check and a health check, as it were, of our servers on a monthly basis for us to be able to track, isn't it?
Well, not just that. I've actually gone ahead and filtered out all Ops 8 and below from this data specifically, just so that the player count numbers aren't artificially inflated by level 1 and level 2 accounts that can't even PvP yet. I mean, that's over half the player base is less than Ops 8. So this actually only takes into account about 350,000 players are included in this total server match, the incursion matchups data. So that's significant amount of low level players that are just starting off, or accounts that got started and then got abandoned and haven't been archived yet. And we're also including some accounts that have been archived in certain servers. So it's not a perfect system to see the player counts there, but some of the other statistics that are there, like resources rated, is going to be really important in incursions where that is the
Mm,
main metric. So that's kind of one thing. You can also see the win loss records, and I've been taking that from Rev's Discord, which has been collected by Boomslang. So thanks to him for collecting that information, and we'll continue
massive
to
shout
track.
out.
Is Yeah, one other thing too is I'll be archiving this data every single month, and that will help us track server growth. That help us track incursion behaviors, how people are growing up in power, or we even may see server loss if players start getting archived out of that server to see kind of like how those trends are working.
That's amazing. I mean, have we got anybody else that we need to shout out for this? Because I know you've done a lot of the back work on this. Anybody else that we need to give any props to? Obviously, I know Rev from Rev Server, Boom Slang, obviously, who's kept this data up to date.
And Ben, who actually created the site in the first place and helped me export that data so I can start giving you this information to everybody else.
Amazing. So this is giving us a picture of obviously what our incursion chances are. It's giving us like it's like going to the bookies, isn't it, and checking what the odds are before the game kicks off. This is what you're doing, isn't it? But it also might give people that are the underdog. It might give them the oh god, look, we've got no chance doing this. We've got to work really hard, and it might lull some of the bigger servers into a sense of false security. Because looking at mine, we've got reds across the board for 146. It looks like an easy win when you look at the standard metrics, but will that lull my server into a false sense of security, false self sense of security? What's your server, Jules? Let's have a look at yours.
Server 44.
So number one, I'm going to do Control F, and then server 44. So we found Jules. Let's check what your record is. Is it good?
No, no, it's not.
Oh, so
We're 2
you're
and 6 on our server. We are favored to win this match against server 54, but who knows? I've been revving up my server. We've got a separate incursion server where we'll post coordinates and stuff like that, and kind of coordinate as a team. And I've been riling them up, saying, "Hey guys, we got this. Let's do it. Let's get on board. Let's get our strategies together. Let's clean up our galaxy." So it's been fun to kind of treat this as a game again.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Incursions does that. It helps bring your server together. All the server politics that goes on throughout the other 30 or 29 days of every month, they should all get put aside for Incursions. Just go out there and have some fun with it, isn't it? So, really, last quick check on this. How to access this tool. You need to be in our Discord. The links to that will be in the description of the video. STFC Officer Tool Discord. If you go into the charts index, under the general information section, you will see that there is an Incursion matchups link there. The last updated obviously in the last couple of days, because this is brand new. Click the charts link. It will take you to the charts channel. The charts channel will give you a few breakdowns. What's this graph, Jules, that we're looking at?
Isn't that fun? This is all player levels above player 8 and where they exist on ops ranges. So you can see clear camp spots based on where players are.
Look at 39.
39 is a big one. 19 was
Look
a
at,
surprise to me.
yeah, it's
49
a
is an
surprise.
obvious one. So
God,
this
yeah.
is really interesting data, and we've
49. You
already
don't have a choice.
yeah, we've incorporated this data into the ops progression sheet in order to kind of show, okay, well, we've telling people what we think go slow and camp positions are. Well, here's what
Yeah.
the global population thinks.
Absolutely insane. Really, really good. So you can see obviously the quick thumbnails there. You're going to click this link here that's going to take you straight back to what I was just pulling up. It's going to bring you into the first page. And then in the second tab down here, Incursion Matchups, you can then click in the first column, press Control F to find your server, or just use the scroll bar. And you can scroll across and check all the other servers, all the matchups, obviously, that are there, starting with the US servers, then to the EU, and then with the APAC ones at the end. Thank you so much for joining, Jules. I know this has been quite a short one, which obviously is nice to get all the information out there. Thank you again for everything that you do for the community with all these charts and stuff. I think this is a great tool that people can use moving forward, and it's only going to develop over time. Is there anything new coming to this tool? Anything to look forward to?
We're just going to try to get more interactive and start looking at time data as we start archiving this information every month.
And I think that will be absolutely outstanding. So that's the new tool, fresh from JulesVern, fresh on our charts channel. Join our Discord. Like I said, link to that is in the description down below. We do stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, 8:30 to 9 p.m. UK time. On Tuesdays, we try and throw a bonus stream in on a weekend as well when we get a chance. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment as well, because you couldn't believe how much they help the channel. Let us know how much you appreciate what Jules does. Anything else that you would like to see from Jules added to this, he's always up for feedback. Feel free to either drop it in the comments and I can pass it on, or PM Jules directly on Discord. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate all the support and everything that you give me. We do now have a merch store. So if you go to itslube.com, you can check out all of our new merch and stuff there, and even join to become a member on the YouTube channel as well. We have 2 members there, so thank you. Massive shout out to both of them. We have Candy White and we have Andy. Thank you so much for being the members on our YouTube channel. Have a fantastic day, everybody. And remember, guys, everything is better with lube. Take care and have a wonderful day.